Hello Star Wars fans and collectors, it's me Jedi 98 back again with another Star Wars figure review. In today's figure review we're going to be taking a look now at more characters that appeared in the Star Wars The Mandalorian TV show, and yet again this is another character that appears in the first episode in season 1 of the Star Wars The Mandalorian TV show. Now the character we're going to take a look today is a character that we see as part of the scene where the Mandalorian is obviously going after a particular contact that he's obviously tracked down, and obviously he does encounter another character, and the character that we're going to take a look at today is this assassin droid. This is IG-11 from the Star Wars The Mandalorian TV show. Now this is IG-11's appearance in the Mandalorian TV show. Obviously IG-88 is obviously another version of this droid from The Empire Strikes Back, and obviously this is another droid in the Star Wars era. I must say IG-11 played obviously quite a pivotal role in the first season of The Mandalorian, obviously getting shot by the Mandalorian at the end of season 1 and obviously sacrificing himself to obviously save the rest of the group, and obviously looking after Grogu as well. But apart from that, this figure is really cool. It does have its accessories as well, and the articulation and everything about this item is nicely done by Hasbro. And like I mentioned in my last review on Quill, it's nice to have more Mandalorian figures, and it's about time as well. So that is IG-11 from The Mandalorian. We'll take a look at this character in more detail, but first we'll take a look at the Vintage Collection packaging that comes with this figure. As you see, this is the Vintage Collection packaging that comes with this figure. At the very top you've obviously got the Star Wars The Mandalorian logo, the name of the figure, an image of the character in action, the Kenner logo, and a slightly larger packaging for this character. Obviously it's a slightly taller character than your usual characters, but apart from that it's nicely done. Turn the packaging around, you've got the Star Wars logo at the very top, more figures that appear in the wave, and obviously legal stuff at the bottom. If I turn the packaging around again, you get a nice shot of the artwork on the card. So that's the packaging for IG-11. Let's take a look at the accessories and the details of this figure. Now as you see, IG-11, obviously the two main points of this figure is he does come with a E11 blaster rifle sculpted in a black plastic, and he also does come with a small assassin rifle as well. The overall detail and posability is very good. He does come with a swivel at the head where you can obviously remove the head, and obviously the eyes and everything move as well. There's obviously movement in the top of the shoulders, elbows, and in the wrists. Torso is movable as well. There's obviously hinges a little bit at the legs, movement at the tops of the legs, movement in the knees, and a little bit movement in the ankles. As I said, obviously the two main points are the two rifles, one in the left arm and one in the right. He does come with some detail on the chest plate and all his wiring and all his gadgets as well, so I'll just show you that on camera. As you can see, obviously the main point is obviously the eyes, and obviously the other bits and bobs that appear with him as well. Obviously you've got the chest plate there. Also obviously he's got something around his chest as well. It would have been very cool if Hasbro had done something where if you turn the head like this around and round, you could have the little thermal detonator that appears obviously in his chest, so he can obviously self-destruct and everything. So it would have been really cool if Hasbro had done that. So maybe if we get an updated version of this character, they obviously do this down the line. Obviously got all the gadgets as well, obviously the bits and bolts around his chest plate and obviously his back plate and on his arms, so that's very cool there. The legs are sculpted well. Obviously you can stand the figure upright on the shelf, which is obviously the main point of my collection and obviously other collections around the galaxy. So you've got movement there in the legs and in the knees, which is nicely done with all the wiring. Nicely done, nicely painted. Obviously these droids have a unique look as well. Obviously we've had versions of this character released in obviously other ways before, as part of obviously the Vintage Collection, the Clone Wars line, and obviously other characters as well, obviously with IG-98 in The Empire Strikes Back, IG-11 obviously in The Mandalorian, obviously the assassin droids that appear in the Clone Wars TV show as well. But apart from that, this droid is a cracking droid for your collection. Obviously if you've watched The Mandalorian, you'll know, as I said, this droid does play a pivotal role in obviously looking after Grogu and saving the rest of our heroes as well, by obviously self-destructing when they go out the sort of like the lava river or whatever it's called, where the stormtroopers are waiting, and obviously uses the self-destruct in his chest and blows himself up so our heroes can fight for another day. But this character as well does have some very cool action scenes, especially in the first episode alongside Mandalorian, and obviously towards the season finale, episode 7 and episode 8 as well, if I can remember. But it's a cracking droid, and obviously eventually did look after Grogu with obviously Quill, if I can remember, reprogramming and obviously using him as obviously like a nurse, or obviously a babysitter I should say. But apart from that, very pleased to have IG-11 in the collection. At last we have a version of this character as well, and it's a cracking figure for your Mandalorian collection. So I think I pretty much covered everything there is to IG-11, and I'd like to take the time to thank you for watching this review. So that has been IG-11 from the Mandalorian TV show. I'll be back with 2 more reviews to give you a look at from brand new figures from the Vintage Collection. We're going to take a look at Bo-Katan, and we're also going to take a look at the Mithril as well. So be sure to stay tuned for that. As always, thank you very much for watching. Be sure to obviously subscribe to the channel. Follow me on Facebook and Instagram, and I will see you very, very soon. So until next time, thank you very much for watching. Have a nice day, and as always, take care, look after yourself, and may the Force be with you.